everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Subscription Boxes and More with Michelle. What do I have today? It's one of my favorite boxes. It is the Emotional Wellbeing Box. All right. I love the artwork on this box. I told you that before, but it's really neat. And, yeah, just like it. All right, which one do we have here? It says, let's look at it. It says, thank you. We're glad you're here. Well, I'm glad I am too. Consistent patience. That is box 3, stage 1, box 3. It's the last one, the last box for stage 1. So here we're looking at the inside. And right on top you have some cards that are bound together with some neat yarn here that's very textury and see, and it tells you, welcome to you, most precious and valuable human being. In this box, we work with the parts of the human experience that most support emotional well-being. Those parts of our lives that every person on the planet must manage for themselves consistently. The way we do this can be a resource or a hindrance. We encourage resourcing yourself with powerful, consistent self-care practices. And then it tells you what you'll find in the box, and tells you resourcing your strengths and exercising your will. So it's consistent practice, okay? And the action of consistent practice. Welcome to easy practices for connecting to your strengths. Emotion action for consistent practice. This box's emotional practice is to explore, experiment, and track the emotions you feel when you tend to your basic needs. This includes validating the positive resources and strengths you create with the consistent actions you take to support yourself. The basic actions of restful sleep. I don't get enough sleep, let alone restful sleep. Healthy nutrition. I try. And, excuse me, enjoyable hygiene. Bath bombs, please. Our mood, our coping mechanisms, our emotions are all incredibly vulnerable to the basic ways we care for ourselves. We want to support you feeling your absolute best. This includes feeling rested, feeling the energy of nutritious food, and feeling the sexiness of caring for your body's needs. Journal what comes up for you emotionally when called to a higher level of basic self-care. So that's what that says. And there, I mean, it's front and back on all of these cards, but I want to get into relationship action for consistent practice. Look for opportunities to offer care and comfort, mercy and understanding, or simple goodness within your personal relationships. What we offer and put out will return to us in unexplainable and unexpected ways. By offering our best, we model for those around us a goodness that they may never have experienced or learned. Anyways, there is lots more to be read on that, but I want to jump right into what's in this box. Now, the Emotional Wellbeing Box targets all your senses and to help with your emotional well-being, and it's sort of a therapy in a box. And it's curated and put together by a licensed therapist, and she is a very wonderful, amazing lady, and I really recommend this box. It's one of my favorites, and it's something I really enjoy and really need, and in my own life, and I'm sure that anybody could use this, whether they're going through something or they just need to, you know, spend a little bit more me time, and, you know, no matter where you're at in life, and, you know, what, from your very highest high to your very lowest low, and any place in between, this box is a wonderful way of taking care of yourself and your mental well-being. All right, so first we have for our sense of taste, we have from Dragonfly Tea House, the Perfect Cup Angel Dream Tea. And it is a black tea with maple and blackberry. And it comes with this really yummy looking tea here. But it also has, because it's a loose tea, it also has the bags that you put the tea in, and you cinch it up with this string, and it makes a tea bag for you. So you can use the loose tea without having to worry about like a tea ball, tea strainer ball. But these are much better than just a wire tea ball or something. Much, much, much better for loose tea. And so I really appreciate that it comes with them. And it looks to me that like there is a few of those in here. Squiggly Wigglies in orange. This box, that's the color of this box. Apparently it is orange. Every box has its own color, and like the whole rainbow of colors. And this is a 12-month system basically to work on your mental well-being, your emotional, well, mental too, well-being, your emotional well-being. It's meant to do over the course of a year, a box a month for a year. And if you actually do the things that this box tells you to do, and even some things that, you know, because it gives you journal prompts and all of that. But use those prompts, don't use those prompts, but definitely think about using those prompts because they're designed to work with the box and all of that, and to, you know, give you the most benefit, I'm sure. But also go beyond that and do your own journaling beyond those few prompts that you receive. So anyways, so you have the tea. There's also always a writing utensil because, you know, the purpose is to journal. Writing and drawing and doodling and drawing is kind of the same thing, isn't it? But so that she always sends you a pencil, and this one it says Emotional Wellbeing, and it is a bright orange, like hunter orange. So I appreciate that because you know what? You cannot always find a pencil when you need one, especially when you have grandchildren. There's always, like I said, things for all five senses. So we already had the sense of taste, right? We had the tea. Now we have something for the sense of sound, and I already know what this is without even moving it. I do believe this is a rain stick. Oh my goodness, it is. I love these. Hear how it sounds like the rain? If you turn it slowly, it's a gentle rain. And if you do it too fast, then it sounds like a very hard, very short downpour. And I believe that they're like, I think, if I remember right, it's like spines from like cactus needle kind of things inside of there. Maybe I'm wrong. That, I mean, helps it to make that noise. I don't know. And like pebbles. But you can also feel it. It feels like where I'm holding it, it actually feels like a gentle rain. So anyway, like hitting my fingers. And it's made in Indonesia. And I want you to see the hand carved. It's got hand painted stuff on there. It's got a hand carved turtle. Right, so there's a hand-carved turtle there, see? And then it's got, you know, other, like, carvings on it, and then painting. I used to have one, don't have it anymore. I used to have one that was a lot longer than this, so the longer it is, the longer you can keep that rain sound going. But a real long one would not fit in the box, and it would not be, it's not as easy to store and things. So anyways, there's that for the sense of hearing or sound. And then for your sense of smell, we always have an essential oil in our box. And this one says balance. Oil of grounding and stabilizing. Balance is a blend that includes spruce, hoe wood, frankincense, blue tansy, blue chamomile, osmanthus, and fractionated coconut oil, CFO. This blend has a soft energy that is excellent for calming and settling. It strengthens in connection with the lower body and the earth. It teaches perseverance by assisting us to stay in the present moment, build inner strength, and ground the energy to manifest vision. Balance helps relax the whole body, diminishes anxiety, and I need that, and evokes tranquility. Suggested uses include aromatic and topical use only. Use roller ball to rub the oil on pulse points. Massage into skin with hands. Cup hands around the nose, not the eyes, and inhale 3 times deeply, and or roll onto the bottoms of your feet. Use during meditation or anytime you want support. One thing that can really help when your mind is just like racing and your thoughts are on maybe things that you really need not to be focusing so hard on because they're not doing you any kind of good, mentally and emotionally. And but you're having a problem, like a song that just repeats and repeats and repeats, and you can't get it out of your mind for days. You can have these thoughts racing and running through your mind that are not necessarily mentally and emotionally healthy, or just that can, make things really difficult for you to concentrate, difficult for you to just, to sleep, all these things. Any of these things can help bring you out of it. And something, to smell, this is something that I would do in therapy. With my therapist, we would make little scent bags with like rice and essential oils, or cotton balls and essential oils, to be sniffed when you were having those intrusive recurring thoughts or whatever. It's something that kind of snaps you out of, and if that doesn't work, well, then you can use your sense of hearing or your sense of taste, or all these things together. And that's one way that we used the 5 senses and things like is in this box in my therapy that I used to go to before the pandemic and all of that. And I went to art journaling therapy and journaling therapy, where you journaled on a prompt and then everybody talked about it. First half of the hour you wrote on in the prompt, and then the second half, people that felt like sharing would read what they wrote and talk about it. And same thing with the art. And then I went to individual therapy. So I was actually going 3 times a week before the pandemic and all of that. And we would use all, do things with all the different senses to help in therapy. And so I was really missing that. And that's one of the things I really, really love about this box, is it feels like an extension of what I was doing that got interrupted by the pandemic. And I felt myself, I definitely backslid in my progress quite a lot by having all that time with no therapy. And now I feel like, since working with this box, I was hit hard when my dad passed away and all of that, and I've taken another big leap backwards. But I'm able to work through that with these boxes. I love them. I can't say enough good about these boxes. All right. Another thing that they provide is for your, sense of touch and things like, and your sense of sight and all of that. Which the orange color, right, for the sight too. But are some gemstones that, they come in these bag tied to the card that tells you about it. And this is, I knew it would be carnelian. I have trouble saying it, but I know what it is. That's what I expected because of the collar. Oh, come on now. And it's a very beautiful orange stone. And they really polish these up nice. My grandpa used to polish stones. Isn't that a beautiful stone? So put that back in the bag before I lose it. I like to keep it tied up in the bag and hooked to the card so that, and see the little bag's orange? Usually it's organza, but this one's more of a, like a muslin type bag. And that's pretty cool. Anyways, let me see. Carnelian. Carnelian is a bold and brilliant orange stone offering warmth and joy. It is known as the stone of motivation. I need some of that. Carnelian also supports endurance, leadership, and courage. Carnelian is full of the life force. It is associated with our second chakra, the chakra of reproduction, creativity, our gut feelings, and intuition. The stone supports the understanding of nonverbal communication, also known as the singer's stone. Better not say that too loud or John can come in here and take it. Carnelian boosts confidence and the power of true expression. It is a stone of intimacy and promotes positive life choice. It has incredible healing powers that ease tension and impart courage. This stone will support your relationships with your sense of community. Affirmation for carnelian is, I am connected to and motivated by a positive life force. That's what it says on that side. And then it'll say, on the back it says, in each box we offer a stone to support various qualities and to remind us all of our strong connection to the earth. Our earth is filled with beauty and mystery available to us all. Gaia is our foundation through life. She shelters, feeds, inspires, and receives us with love and gratitude. Connecting to Earth with respect and gratitude is a powerful way to support our own well-being. Ways to engage with your stones. Write your intentions and place them under the stone. Carry the stones that hold the energies and frequencies you most need that day. Hold your stone and affirm your connection to the powers it symbolizes and emanates. Place the stones on a personal altar or bedside table. Make jewelry. If I did that, the cats would definitely lose them. I think I'm zoomed in a lot closer because I had to change the battery. It also looks a little wonky. I apologize. Make jewelry and wear the stones for the power they so freely give. Thank our Mother Earth, Gaia, for ever-present and generous support. Be a strong advocate and steward for our beautiful planet. Walk on our planet with awareness, respect, and reverence. All right, another thing that there's always in the box are these little, like affirmation, comes in this little glassine envelope, or little like affirmation things. There's 3 of them. And so this one says, I embrace calmness and peace. And this one says, I treat myself with emotional balance. And this one says, I am creative in how I manage my emotions. I'm creative. I don't know if I'm creative in the way I manage my emotions, but probably. So there's always those. There's always a candle that you make, which is part of your sense of touch. I'm going to bring it up close. So here's this sort of dark orange color, and I love how the wick is always like in the shape of a heart. And I showed you in the last video how you make this, how you warm. There's 2 pieces of this like honeycombed like looking wax, and you take them and you warm them up like between your hands. They say you can like microwave them for a second, but I would be very careful with doing that because you're liable to just melt it into a puddle of goo. It's really enough just to even, warm it in your hands a bit. You don't want to try to roll it when it's too cold because it would be fragile and it could possibly crack. But you lay the wick across, like center it and lay it across one end this way of one sheet after it's a little bit warmed and softened. And then you roll it up tightly all the way down until you get to the end, and then you match up the next sheet that has been warmed and softened. You match it up butted up against that where it ends. You don't want to overlap it because then it would make a wonky bump in it. You want to just make sure that they are touching but not overlapping, and then you roll that up around it as well to make a nice votive sized candle. It's fun. It is a unique thing. It's a way of making a candle without the mess. And I really enjoy doing this. And then I enjoy also burning the candle. And, you know, that's another thing for your sense of sight and things. You sit in a darkened room, have just your candle, sit there and watch the flame and sort of meditate and that kind of thing. And watch the candle flame dance around. And so... and next we have a, sometimes there is a, oh, I'm missing something. I'll tell you in a minute. This is a focus bead bracelet. And this is, I'm assuming in place of, there's all, so far, I'm not going to say always for the whole year because I don't know because I've not gotten the boxes for the whole year. There's usually something made of clay, and so far it's been like a, you know what, I have one right here, someplace behind me, right here. This came in one of the recent boxes, and I see it as being like a votive holder. I mean, it could be trinkets, whatever, but I see it being a nice votive holder, like put your candle that you make in there, because the hearts that are cut out around it, you can watch, you know, that could cast the light, and the flickering of the candle would kind of, the light would dance off the walls and things like that. Anyways, that's my thoughts. Oh, don't break it. Don't drop it. Okay. Anyways, this obviously is made out of clay and beautiful heart that's painted, hand painted. And you need to think, guys, I don't know how many of these boxes she sells. Somebody had to make all these by hand. And if all the boxes have them, and who knows, I mean, there could be hundreds of these boxes, thousands of these boxes. Who knows how many are sold? Somebody is making those by hand. Somebody is very busy. There's also these beads in here that are like sort of a red with, let me see if I can get it where you can see it. So, and then there's not gold, orange beads as well, like glass beads. And there's a string to make the bracelet. So it says, Focus Bead Bracelet. Welcome. This kit is a simple way to do something with your own hand to support your well-being. This to-do kit is an opportunity to string together your own focus bead bracelet. This form of focus comes from many traditions and supports the active practice of focus and communication with something larger than ourselves. Prayer beads, mala beads, and the rosary are all examples of this simple practice, or simple tactile process. Create this bracelet to support your focus, to help you connect the dots, okay? To facilitate movement through thoughts and emotions, to say thank you to whatever supports your highest good, or to develop whatever process is most supportive for you. So it says materials included are the beads, the cord, and the ceramic heart bead, which we looked at. It's orange with like a purplish blue flowers, and it's glazed with, with ceramic glaze. Directions: use the cord, string your beads, and then tie the cord together. Put your bracelet on your wrist and allow the ceramic heart bead to fall in the palm of your hand. Hold and comfort your heart. Create a mantra or focus phrase or prayer or intention and repeat as you move each bead around your wrist. This box theme is consistent practice, and your bracelet can support the repetition and consistent practice of positive, mindful thinking so important for emotional well-being. To see a demonstration, visit our YouTube channel at Valentine Studios and watch To-Do Kit Demo for Box 3. Congratulations on your internal wilderness adventure. Now, since it is made of ceramic, I would not suggest that you wear this all the time. You use it while you're doing this, repeating this mantra, doing, this particular activity of, if you're going to use it for like prayer beads, or if you're going to, like I said, do the mantra, or do some, maybe even some like meditating or whatever while you're holding it. Take it off when you're done, because you don't want to be banging it against something and breaking it, because I would. So that's really pretty. I like that. I will be putting that together so that you can see that. At the end of this video, there will be some of my putting this into practice so that you can see what I do with it, and that I actually use it for my, for my own emotional well-being and my own therapy. Journal prompts. I can't talk because it's like almost 3 in the morning. Journal prompts for consistent practice. Welcome to the journal prompts for box 3 and the theme of consistent practice. You are invited to write in a simple and direct stream of consciousness style, no edits or censoring. Just allow whatever words to come and express. This is your private place to express whatever you feel without judgment or restraint. This is a healthy practice that offers relief and release. You can always go back, rewrite, polish into poetry or prose, or throw it out. Protect yourself and keep your journal away from anyone who cannot honor your process. And remember to allow for change and growth, because you mean it and wrote it, and you meant it and wrote it, and one day does not mean you have to believe it the next. This box is about resourcing and either validating or changing personal habits to create the consistent practice that supports your emotional well-being. So there's a whole packet here of paper that goes into, and I'll show you my journal in a moment. So this has your prompts on one side, and that I just read you on the other. And then there are different colors, or different pieces of orange. There is a envelope. There's always an envelope in the color. And when it goes in there, because the way it's punched, it kind of keeps that whatever's in there hidden in private. So you can either put some private journaling, on paper and fold it up and put it in there, or maybe you have some like ticket stubs or some kind of mementos that you want to keep in there, whatever. Something that you want not to fall out and get lost, or something that you want to keep private, or a combination of those things. So anyways, there's all kinds of paper here. It's not all just the same color orange. There is also some patterned paper or specialty paper. Like here is a piece of like handmade paper, or almost like a vellum but with fibers through it. It's like a handmade paper. Can you see the fibers and things? It's very like tissue paper like. That one isn't there. And what else? It seems like some has more than others. That is like a pattern or specialty. This one's got like popsicles. That's kind of neat. So some of them have like glitter paper, and some, so they all have something in there that is especially neat paper to break up just the regular color of the box. So So those will go into my, look at my journal, it's behind me. At least it better be behind me. I could be on my desk, actually, in the bedroom. Is it in here or is it in there? It's in there. I will show it to you. It's got big rings, like notebook rings, that go through it and hold it together. And I will show you it all when I actually show you what I've done with this. I will get this up as quick as I can at the latest on Monday, hopefully later on today or Sunday, hopefully. So, but again, that means nothing to you because when you see this, it'll all have happened in one day. All right, guys, don't forget that I'm going to go ahead and do my outro, but don't forget that there's a whole other half to this video. But if I don't do it now, I'll get involved in the actual, like, showing you of this, and I may forget. So please give me a big old thumbs up. That really would help my channel a lot. And please let me know in the comments, what do you think of my emotional well-being box this month? I think it's wonderful. It's always wonderful. And I can't wait to get started on it. And please subscribe to my channel and share my video with others so that maybe they might subscribe as well. And thank you for watching and listening to me babble. And don't forget, I'm going to babble some more, so don't go away. I don't want to tell you bye because it's only midway through the video. I hope you'll stick around. Well, guys, I'm wearing my Flocking Fabulous shirt. Let me stand up so you can actually see that, from Cat Lady. And, oh, if I don't fall down. And look, guys, I have on a scarf that I didn't realize until a moment ago goes right along with it. Because look, it's flamingos. Can you see that? Oh, well, my battery went dead, but it gives me an opportunity to show you this thing up close. Look, it got on the flamingos, which matches my shirt. Don't have kitty cats on it, but it does have flamingos. And look, guys, if I would have thought about it, I could have had my drink in this cup that I got. Look. Anyway, so why am I back in front of the camera right this minute? Look, and there's a Miss A headband. Why am I back in front of the camera in a different outfit? Well, because this is the second half of my videos for the Emotional Wellbeing Box. I think I already posted up, I know I did. The one I received second was actually the fourth box, not to be confusing. She was sending the boxes to me for review, and then I loved them so much that I needed to purchase the whole year, rather than just the box. The way that comes out doesn't sound right. Just the boxes she was sending for review. I was more than grateful for the boxes that she sent. They were wonderful and amazing. That is why I had to go back and purchase the ones in between, right? And the ones going forward. So, that being said, I have done the journaling and the activities for said journal boxes. So it's a box for month 4 and also box for month 3. So, so I'm grouping those two together since I'd already had box 4. The video has already been up for some time. All right, so my journal is getting very chunky and very colorful because it's got magenta and it's got red and it's got orange and now it's got yellow. Okay, and you can see I'm, to go along with these things, I kind of put my pom-poms that I made because I was in Ohio and I had a limited amount of supplies. I actually just picked up because I also had to go on a plane, so I couldn't buy a bunch of supplies. So I bought a thing of multicolored yarn, and so it's one thing of yarn, and I made, like dangly, tassely, like strings to amuse myself, and these to, which also have kind of a touch element to them, right? Because this is about the five senses. But also hanging out of here are also all my little baggies so far. The gemstones that go along with this as well, so I don't lose them. And because the gemstone sheet is in here with it, and that way, and they're tied loosely so that I can actually open the bags and get the gemstone out as I need to. So anyways, there's where we're at, right? But you haven't seen, box 3 was the theme was consistent practice. And so, and there were prompts on that. And so prompt 1 was, if I can get there without tearing it, cat tore the page out and really wrinkled it, was I look around and own what I have created in my life today. What I see around me reflects who I am on some level. What have I created in my life? Wasn't in a very good mood, wasn't in a very good, headspace when I did this. And when I looked around, what I saw was a mountain of boxes and clutter and stuff, because the remainder of the things that were in the Riley's basement apartment had to be brought here so I could put it away, only I was under such a mountain and we have such limited storage space. I was feeling totally overwhelmed and everything. And so what I said, I look around me right now, right here, and I feel frustrated and overwhelmed. We moved in here December for, and for the first time in my adult life, because it was also the first time that we had been completely 100% kidless. It was just my husband and I and the animals. My house was, neat and organized and how I wanted it and nicely decorated. And what happened? Well, all the stuff came and now it looks like a hoarder house. I'm working on it, getting it put away, getting it organized. So anyways, that's what I said, talking about, and how I felt like I was in chaos because everything was in chaos. And what did I see? I saw a mess. And who created it? Well, I did, because it's my stuff, right? But it also said but with consistent work and while practicing patience with myself, my family, and my mess, and that I'm going to practice this patience, but I'm also going to be consistent with that and with putting stuff away, basically, in a nutshell. So that was this first prompt that I was just journaling on, and it may not have been really what Val had in mind, but that is what I saw when I, looked around myself. 2, it says, now I'll move fully into my imagination and write about what I want to create in my life. What do I really want in my life? That brought me to this page. Can you tell what it is? It's supposed to be like a golden play button. I don't know. I think they're actually like platinum or whatever. There's different ones for different amounts of. The point was, I imagine myself as a successful YouTuber. Never give up the dream. I will work consistently to make it happen. That's what it says. And I got this little YouTube sticker from Retail Rebel. And so I made myself, the glittery with stickles, glitter glue, a very shiny, glittery play button, because I want a glittery play button. And I went with the gold rather than like silver because the color was orange and gold was closer to orange. I do have orange, but I'm pretty sure they don't have an orange play button. And then on the back of that, my therapist, I was so caught up in all the things, just my brain was just going in every direction. There's so much chaos around me that there's also a lot of chaos within me, and I have a lot going on and a lot of stress. Sorry, something poked me. And she told me, I know this is going to sound ridiculously simple and you're going to roll your eyes, and I didn't. She's like, breathe. And when you breathe in, breathe slow and deep, and breathe in and think the word or say the word in. And then when you breathe it out, think the word out, and do this for like 5 breaths or so. Well, it helped. It shut down these. I was like all over the place. I was trying to talk to her, and I was going a mile a minute, probably 10 miles a minute. And my thoughts were so jumbled and all over the place that's how they were coming out. They were just tumbling out like an avalanche, but very disjointed, you know? And so anyways, I wrote this down because she's like, you know, I know you got these memory problems. Write it down. If it helps you to do it, write it down so you don't forget it. And I was like, I will do that because it plays right into this month's journaling, which is about the consistent practice. So I want to make a consistent practice, and see, I carried over that gold in there. You see that? Yes, I did. Just breathe. And I wrote down the steps, you know, what I need to do that. And that I want to make it a consistent practice of taking time to do meditative breathing, especially in times of stress. I would like to do it a few times a day because I'm always under stress. And I'm thinking if I do it a few times a day, it have a better chance of becoming a habit. And then the third one says, hang on, the third prompt, then you do your own, you know, but they want to get you started by she wants to get you started by giving you some prompts. I choose to make tiny steps daily to move toward greater balance and resiliency by doing the following, A, B, and C. So mine, I will do these 3 things daily to move me toward greater balance and resiliency. 1, I will make sure that I take my pills and my Victoza shot every day. I'm doing better with the pills. I'm still missing the Victoza more often. Sorry, because you only take it once a day. My eyes are itching because my allergy pills, because I did miss my pills yesterday. You know, my eyes are, I want to scratch them out because they itch so bad. I take 3 allergy pills so I can have 5 cats. I can't have 1 cat without the 3 allergy pills a day, but I have 5, so I've got the itchies times 5 at the moment. And I know what you're going to say, but Michelle, if you're allergic to cats, you shouldn't have cats. Guess what? I'm allergic to dust and mold and pollen and everything that can blow around in the air. I'm allergic to it. So I have this problem whether I have the cats or not, and the cats just bring joy to my life and make things so much better. And my Boo Kitty has made himself, of his own free will, my emotional support animal, so I kind of have to have them. Maybe I didn't have to have 5, but anyways, 1 or a ton, it doesn't matter. Anyways, back to the list. Number 2, I will spend at least 30 minutes a day doing something for me, not my family, not my channel, not the pets, unless it's Snuggles, not strangers, me. Yeah, that's going to be a work in progress. I might have to work up to the 30 minutes because I don't even sleep in a 30-minute cycle. I only sleep in 20-minute cycles, so we'll see how that goes. Number 3, I will practice meditative breathing several times a day to calm my mind and body. Back to that. All right. Then I had this really cool journal that I got at, not journal, planner, that I found at Retail Rebel. And it was 20 and 21. So I thought, though, that it was only like 20 or 19 and 20 or whatever. So I hadn't been using it because I thought it was already expired, right? Well, when I was flipping through, I found out it wasn't already expired. So I actually put August in because this is when I'm actually supposed to be doing this. But I went ahead and did 4 also. Does that make sense? But anyways, so here's this neat page, right, that I took out, and it's stapled at the top so that it's still, really? Sorry. Please, will you behave and just, please. All right. So anyways, it's more than 1 page, and they are stapled at the top so that they can open. So it is actually August, and then the notes on the back, and then this neat page here, if you can see it, which is actually out of 2020. All right, what does it say? Learn from the flowers. Every day is a new opportunity to experience, to grow toward the light. And author unknown. And I love the flowers and the butterflies and all that. Butterflies have significance to me. That's why I have one on my tattoo there, if you can see it. Also, Harry Potter. All right. Gotta get a tattoo from my dad. Shh. As soon as I can. Probably not until Christmas or something. So it has down the 15th, which will be Sunday, is my daddy's birthday, and he would have been 79. It's also Bugatti, my emotional support cat's birthday. To the best of, the vet said that he would have been born based on his size and development and all of that when we got him. His birthday was sometime in August. So to be able to remember, he's 2 now, so I set it as my dad's birthday. Well, and now it's something else significant. You know, my daddy's birthday is also Bugatti's second birthday, which will be the 15th on Sunday. On the 18th, I fly to Ohio, and I don't fly back until the 22nd, but my dad's celebration of life service is on the 21st. So those things are written in here. By the way, my dad passed away on my husband's birthday on June 8th, which also is the date we set as Mau Mau's birthday, because again, being a rescue, the best they could pinpoint was she was born sometime the first few days of June, so we set her birthday as June 8th. She's also 2 years old, was 2 years old the day my dad passed away, is best weird, huh? Then that other picture says, "The power of imagination makes us infinite," by John Muir, and the thing is, remember, we were supposed to use our imagination, so I thought, you know, that's a good page to put in there. And I liked it with the houses and the butterflies and the flowers. I don't know how well you can see it. But anyway, so there's that. And then I put in, I also want to work on consistent mindful gratitude. Instead of, you know, with depression, it's hard not to be all doom and gloom. I got depression and anxiety and panic disorder and PTSD and lots and lots and lots and lots of labels, right? And I want to practice consistent mindful gratitude. Pick a few things that, you know, or at least one thing, if not 3 or 4 things every day that I'm grateful for that day. So I'm not only looking at the negatives, because it's hard sometimes to see past the negatives when your life is such chaos and you've got all these problems, to see the good. And so I'm trying to make, so here's, I also have a gratitude journal, and I took a page out of it and folded it up and made it so I can still write on the front and the back. And the little box here says, "I don't have to chase extraordinary moments to find happiness. It's right in front of me if I'm paying attention and practicing gratitude." And to see consistent practicing. So that's why I picked that particular page. They're all the same except for that little box that tells you, you know. And so I put, so for the first day, I put, what am I grateful for? Number 1, my family. 2, my home. 3, my pets. 4, in the middle of the night, John got up and changed my bedding because our male chihuahua was having a little incontinence problem, and he wet the bed. And John, without arguing, not without fighting, which is odd for John, got up and did this without an issue. Got up and made my bed, because I'm not strong enough to like stretch the sheets over the corners. I can't. I can get a couple of corners on, and then I don't have the strength to, you know, get the other ones on, especially that last one. Anyways, so the next day I said I was thankful for John cooking dinner tonight, because then that night I didn't have to, right? He does it quite frequently. And I'm grateful for Eric's job, because he went 20 years without a job that wasn't a business that we owned. And I'm grateful for my mother. And so I got more days to do. And it says, what am I grateful for today? And then there's a paper where I got out of the magazine that said family, and I put that there, and it ripped. The glue ripped it. And then there's like this little journal thing that I cut out also. And what it says, it looks like a journal. It says, "It's not all sunshine and rainbows, but a good amount of it is, actually is. Unsolicited advice, 2021 weekly planner." So I cut that out and stuck it in there because, you know, it's good to remember that. And then things I will consistently work on. Again, you know, going back to that consistent practice, things I'm going to work on consistently. And I got things out of the magazine that, you know, I thought, okay, those are good things. So there's 2 pages of that. There's this page and this page. And what they say is spend less money, because I'm a spendaholic. Remember, I'm a shopaholic. Love more. I love very deeply, very strongly, but it doesn't hurt to love more, right? Share your thoughts. So I will work on not keeping things bottled up that are bothering me, and, you know, because I tend to leave them bottled up until they explode, and that's not a good practice. Sleep better. Well, I haven't slept in over 48 hours, so that one's not working out too well. And then it says make things, and to the word make I cut out, and then I wrote things, and then, but there was a place on another page in that particular magazine. It says, with DIY, you don't learn by observing, but by doing. That applies to everything in life. Don't sit on the sidelines. Get out there. Ursula Cameron, or Carmona, something like that. Anyways, I need to work on my DIYs, and that just happened to just show right out of the page. You know, I already cut out the word make, and I was just going to say make things. But then that popped out, you know, it was meant to be there, right? Because I got all this stuff, and I'm not getting the DIYs done, and I need to do that. Home, and it says reclaim my home from the clutter of, excuse me, and boxes of stuff from the move. Cook more often again. Organize my stuff and my life. Live life to the fullest. Storage. Empty the storage unit. I have a whole great big, not great big, it's a little storage unit. It's 10 by 5 by 10 or, you know, up, I think. Anyway, empty it, boxes, 1 or more boxes a week. That's not a lot, and because there's like tons, it's full to the ceiling, clear to the door. So, and then there's a lady smiling, and it says smile more, do my hair and makeup more often. And then the very last page that I've gotten done on this one, and then we'll have to leave it there until I get back from taking John to work, is this one, because I found this and I cut it out, and then I put some duct tape, like decorative duct tape on there, in strips. And it says, my cats, the best part of being home. And then I tried to draw a cat and it came out really goofy, but I did it in pen, so I couldn't fix it. So it's just there. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's what the thing says. All right, so when I get back from taking him, we will go on to the prompts from the other box. I know this is going to be a little longer than usual, but I'm going to do the prompts from the other box, which is going to be allowing goodness. We already did that video, but we did not show the stuff. So we'll move on to that in just a moment. Well, that took much longer than it should have. And if I look all hot and sweaty and greasy, it's because I am. Because when we took John to work, we had to go to Walmart. And when we went to Walmart and went to the bank and the Walmart, and then we bought a couple of things in the store, we went to put it in the car. We had no car key. No, it wasn't in the ignition. It fell off. I mean, because I had the keys, because I paid. I have a little zipper thing on my keys. My credit card was in there and all of that, right? The key, somehow, just that one key, just the one, fell off on the floorboard of my car and got locked inside. And it's the only key that exists for that car. It's been an exciting, stressful day. And then, after all of that, I bought my husband a little AM/FM radio thing so we could listen to his ball games and things like that. And it got left on the register at the store. So I had to go back to the place I just spent all day in the heat. Let's go back to journaling. The meditative breathing in. Five times, but we don't have time. Okay. So anyway, box 4 is called Allowing Goodness. So anyways, we were on to the journaling for prompt, for the part 4, which is yellow. It's the color. So we've got magenta, we have red, we have orange. Now we have yellow, or kind of a golden yellow color. And the prompts, or this section is called Allowing Goodness. And I've already done the box on this, so I'm not going to really go into that a whole lot. Go back and watch that video, please. It's box 4. But I did a couple of the prompts for it, and one of them is, what do compassion and understanding really mean to me? And that brought up something that just happened. And so let me just read that to you. Just a couple of days ago, someone siphoned all the gas out of my car, nearly leaving me stranded. It was while I was at the Quick Trips to pick Eric up from his bus drop-off location that I discovered that not only was the $30 in gas I had just purchased the day before, not only had that been stolen, but my bank account was also overdrawn. Now, this bank account's not supposed to be able to be overdrawn, and we're still kind of arguing that point with the bank. We don't get overdrawn. This is not something that happens because we have no overdraft protection. We've told the bank we don't want the ability to have overdraft because we don't want to, obviously pay the bank for something that we shouldn't do. It doesn't make sense to me, people that, I mean, I understand there are people that go and have to, maybe to pay a bill or something, they don't have a choice, but to do it on a regular basis, I think it kind of becomes a kind of a crutch and a habit, and a bad one, that costs you a lot of money. It's sort of legalized loan sharking, kind of the amount of money that they charge you. You could overdraw your bank account by $1 and them charge you, you know, $30, $40 for doing so. So anyways, we had that switched off and said, no thank you. Well, somehow our bank account, that isn't supposed to be able to be overdrawn, and we've had this bank account for over 3 years and it's never happened, it's overdrawn. That's a problem when you have your gas siphoned out your car and now you have an overdrawn account, right? Says, which meant that I could only buy gas using the $4.71 in change that I had just put into my change purse. Now, the reason I did that is because when I drive back and forth to take my husband, there's often older homeless gentlemen in the middle of the medium. Doesn't appear to... I've talked to him a few times. Doesn't smell like any kind of alcohol or drugs, and doesn't look like he's using. I haven't asked him why he's homeless, but he's homeless. He takes a broom and dustpan, and he actually goes up and down that medium, sweeping up the dirt and the pebbles, and picking up garbage. And I mean, he can't just stand there and do nothing. And anyway, and people don't give him money often enough. So anyways, I brought the change along with me because I was going to give it to him. Well, good thing I didn't see him on the way there, because I had no gas. And that's all I had to my name, is the $4.71 and loose change. No dollar bills, all change. So anyways, I go in, and I'm standing at the counter trying to count out this change, and I'm crying because I'm very upset and, you know, worried. What am I going to do? Because it's like the beginning of the week, and my husband and my son both have to be able to get back and forth to work, and this is the vehicle we're having to do this in, and there's no gas. And that means that my husband and my son are likely going to have to take the rest of the week off. We can't afford for that to happen, but we can't get them there without any gas, right? So anyways, I'm fiddling with the next thing and the lid was stuck. So anyways, while I'm standing there, the guy at the counter next to me paying for his stuff is like, you know, are you okay? Do you have enough money? And I'm like, yeah, I'll be fine, you know. And just somebody siphoned my gas and stole my gas cap, and, you know, because the only reason I even realized it is because they left the little flap thing that opens and closes, you know, open. And I was like, that's weird, when I got out of the car, right? When I got to the gas station. And that's when I noticed, A, there's no gas cap, and when I turned the car back on, B, literally, the gas was so low, it was registering as just low. Anyways, so this man insists and pays $7 towards gas for me. So I'm able to put that with the change, and I put in $11.71 in the gas, which means that my car is able to get my husband and my son both back and forth to work until today, which was payday. So to me, so had he not done that, they would have had to call off work, like I said. So compassion and understanding is seeing someone you don't even know that needs your help, and you give it. And then also compassion and understanding is also accepting that that sometimes I am just not up to babysitting the kids, you know. Then compassion is having compassion and understanding for myself. Bad things happen. It doesn't always mean that it is my fault. And if it is okay to eventually forgive myself. I'm still working on this, and some of these things are more than 30 years in the process of trying, you know. I do not have to be perfect. I just have to be me, and that is perfect enough. That's what I said. And then Another prompt. Gotta go back to the page because now I've got the page. How do I define goodness in my life? What things feel good to me? That's like 2 things, you know. And what feelings are good to me. That's like 3 different things I sort of grouped into one big thing. So I said some things that cue a better mood, and that's what it says in the middle. And these, again, I like to use like news or magazine things that I clip out and things like that, or draw or whatever, but I haven't had time lately to do that. So some of the things that cue a better mood for me, you know, things that feel good and all of that. And this up here says reviews. So giving a good review on a great box, a great subscription box. Here, home, and liberty are the words here. And it says our beautiful home here in Liberty, Missouri. And then I cut out the words support and system. And it says my wonderful support system. And I did it with an exclamation point just down here. And it says doing something well. And then down at the bottom, the very bottom, it says talking. And I said talking to my mom, because that generally makes me feel better. So, and she's most of the time who I want to talk to when something goes wrong, like today when I locked my key in the car. Anyway, so here that brings us to this page, and I'm not holding it real close because I'm going to explain it to you anyways. The word always right here, the word always, which is also on my wrist, and it is Harry Potter always, Severus Snape always, because he's my favorite character from Harry Potter, and Harry Potter is my favorite book series. And then these are not my kitty cats because I didn't have the ink right now to print my kitty cats out. So it says cute kitty cats, mine especially. And then over here, again, because I didn't have the ink, it's puppies and kittens, because that's what the picture is, together on a pet bed. And it says cute puppies, mine especially. All right, time to stop and smell the roses. And I put pictures of flowers, and it says, who could not find goodness when you have time to stop and smell the roses? And it says, I love flowers. Just simply, you know, who doesn't feel just a little something here when you see beautiful flowers, smell beautiful flowers, you know. And the next page, do you see all this? It says colors up here. And see, again, there's a bunch of different color swatches that I cut out, and I would have cut more out, but I didn't want to fill the whole page with it. And here is a sticker from my favorite subscription box, Cat Lady. And down here it says a clean house. It says I love all colors, art and craft and colors, because you have to have, you know, colors for arts and crafts, really, kind of. And then like I said, my favorite subscription box, Cat Lady, and that always makes me smile and makes me happy, and I always find goodness in there. And then clean house, this always feels good. You know, it might feel like drudgery and everything when you're doing it. You're like, oh, I just don't want to, I just don't feel like it. But you know, if you just make yourself do it, when it's done, you're like, you feel better. You feel better because you did better, and your house looks better. It took me years to learn that. I was like one of these, oh, the kids are only kids for such a short time, you know, you can always clean the house later. Not, you know, I'm not saying it was like a pig's thigh, but it was definitely lived in. And having things neat and orderly, and, you know, it feels better. Never having a dirty dish. You know, soon you don't just drop the spoon in the sink and walk away. You just wash it immediately. It takes no more time really to just wash it and dry it and put it in the drawer than it does to just drop it and forget it. It only took me, you know, 40 plus years to learn that. I mean, I knew it, but to actually put it into practice. I was one of those people who's like, I'll do them tomorrow. I'll do them in the morning. Once a day is just not enough. It just looks bad. It looks lazy and it looks bad. And if you don't have time, or if that's your style, it was my style for years, remember? I just feel better when I don't do it. Now that I've made a better habit, it really, really bothers me. I'm like, I'll do it in the morning, you know, that one spoon, and I back up as I'm walking past, I'm like, stop, back up, turn around, and I wash it. Because I'm like, really? Is it going to take me that much more time to wash that one spoon somebody left in the sink, Jonathan, than just to wash it? And then I won't go to sleep because I'll be sitting there about the spoon in the sink. Just saying. All right, another page. Can you see? Can you see? All right. Good food. And it's just a picture of food, just a random picture of that. Look good. It has sausages and like peppers and onions, you know, like smoked sausage and or andouille or whatever. And then shark, you know, because my son Jonathan has always been obsessed with sharks. He's got Asperger's syndrome on top of a lot of things, and so he's always been obsessed with sharks. And so that I found that sticker at Retail Rebel, and it made me think of Johnny, which made me smile, so I put it in there. Sharks always make me smile. And a chocolate chip cookie down here, and it says yummy cookies, because, I mean, who doesn't like yummy cookies? And, of course, my favorite thing, should be a lot bigger, take up a page for itself, is fresh fruit. I'd rather have the fruit than the cookies, but, you know. It sort of had a theme, was food and the shark, you know, because sharks... Last page of the stuff, and then I had to just stop because I haven't been to bed yet. And that is this last page here. And there's the world, and it says, pray, excuse me, it says pray for the world, not just myself. I mean, it's really easy to remember to pray when you want or need something. It's harder to remember to pray when you don't, when it's for somebody else. And it's not like, oh, an urgent, you know, like, oh, that person's sick. Just, you know, for the world in general, for everyone in general. And that feels good when you remember to do it, right? And then there's this cute Pusheen cat sticker down here. It's just saying cuteness. I love things, you know, cutesy things. So that's there. And then there's yellow. I don't know if you can read it. It says smile. And it says they are contagious. And positive energy, of course, right? That's what I said. I mean, I try to put out positive energy and then keep living life. Because some days it's easy to want to give up, but you just got to keep on keeping on, right? And then there is our envelope for our stuff for this month that we want. It was sticky. That we want to keep little bits and pieces and things like that. And it says private, important stuff, keep out. Why? Because I wanted to put something there, and I didn't want to stick another sticker or another magazine clipping. But I wanted people to know, hey, you know, if it's tucked in there, it's probably something I want you to leave alone. So anyways, I hope we're going to get new book rings because mine is getting very, very full, and it's going to be a little hard. It's already getting too hard to turn the pages. But there we go. That's the orange and the yellow, the month 3, box 3, and box 4. And again, the orange one, box 3, was it was consistent practice, and then you know, short-term memory loss. And then the yellow being box 5 was allowing goodness. So I did those, but those also came with activities. And so which one was which? All right, so for week for the orange week, not week, month, box 3, there was like a beaded bracelet, and I showed you the kit. I put mine together in a pattern, and the deal is it's supposed to be, it's not supposed to be like worn to go grocery shopping. If you need to or want to, you can, but it is more supposed to be kind of like a meditation type thing, or you know, you say like a mantra. You say a mantra while you like sort of like doing like prayer beads, or you know, your rosary or whatever. There, you know, as you like touch and feel the beads. I tied mine a bit tight. I think it would have been better if they were movable a little more, but the string wasn't. It would have been better if the string was a bit longer for that purpose. But I mean, I can still do it, and I can still like spin them around and touch them. And so I did put that together, and I also did, that was the orange one. Hang on a minute. Everything's in this bin right here because I don't want to lose it. one. I think it's this one is supposed to be kind of the orange candle. I did the candle, and remember, it comes in this 2 sheets of wax that are flat, that are, well, flat, but yet like honeycomb, like, and you just sort of warm it up. You can warm it, I like hold it against my body, like, for a few minutes and let it just, the heat of my body, like maybe across my stomach or something, or on my leg or whatever, somewhere where it can be kind of flat, but a large enough surface, and put my hands over it so that it, because I'm afraid if I put it in the microwave, I will melt it into a puddle of goo. So anyways, when it's soft and pliable, you put the wick across it and you roll it up tight, and you roll one sheet up, and when you're done with that, you butt the seam for the next one up against that one, not overlapping, and then you just roll that one up until it's done, and make sure it's nice and tight, and there's your candle. I did it for that one, and for some reason the yellow one came out a bit bigger. I'm not sure why. See, look, I mean, you know, like bigger around. Quite a difference, actually. So, I mean, like, I don't know. But anyways, there's the yellow one. So I did both of those. But there was also this other activity, and I had some of my tea and stuff. Oh, those teas are really good. There's been a couple of them I wasn't most happy with. You know, I don't mean as happy with, as big of a fan of as others, but I've liked them all. Anyways, so the, making sure, guys, vision, allowing goodness. So box 4, yes, had a vision box kit. And it's hard to remember when I did the video the actual video of the unboxing a while ago, and I just did this and I haven't been to sleep, and it's kind of, because I did one, you know, 2 of them together, they're kind of overlapping. And the reason I'm sorry, the reason I had to do that is I was in Ohio and all that while my dad was passing away, and ideally I would not have had to do 2 together, but it did. All right, so anyways, this activity, there was a brown cardboard heart box, and the idea, it came with some different like little seashells and some sequins and things in this bag, but I opted not to use those. Instead, I painted mine. And what you were supposed to do basically is, on the outside of the box, you painted external things that you wanted or needed in your life, or painted, draw, glue on, whatever your style, you know, I painted mine. And on the inside, things that you needed, like, come out, please come out, don't stick in the box, things you need more internally. Okay, so on mine, on the outside, the immediate, given the whole gas situation and all of that, the immediate things that came to mind, I'm going to bring it up so you can see it close, and, you know, being a YouTuber and things like that, is, can you see, fame. And if it's written backwards, I'm really sorry. I mean, it's actually front ways on here. But it looks backwards to me. And, you know, it's supposed to be like $100 bills and coins. And the coins are done with paint, but then like silver and gold glitter paint over top of it. And around it, then it's fortune, fame and fortune. You know, because it's not what we want as YouTubers, right? So, and more $100 bills and more coins all the way around. And I even did the bottom just green. I could have done more decorating on the bottom, but it's going to be sitting on the bottom. But on the inside, because that's the external things I need. Fame and fortune are, you know, definitely more external. I mean, fame is kind of internal too, to feel like you're somebody and that you're, you know, make a difference and you're kind of important for, you know. But anyways, the inside, I painted, I hope you can see. It is like a blue sky with lots of clouds all the way around. Can you see that, I hope? And the lid even on the inside, and I wrote the words, my daddy, because what I need is to know that my daddy is up there in heaven and that he's okay, and, you know. And so, and that leads to, okay, so then you put it together, right? But there were also little slips of paper that you said was only 3, and I only did the 3, but, you know, there's obviously room in this for more than 3 little slips of paper. But you were supposed to write things that, you know, to put in there, sort of your, think of, like she said, like a, vision board, only this was, you know, sort of a more private kind of, just you, between you and the box, right? Things that you want or need in your life. And I don't want to like go into absolute every detail of what these little slips of paper say, but one is about, that one has a lot of different things on it that I want. I'll sort of read them, but I mean, maybe not word for word. Okay, so it says I want, and then I said need, underlined, to feel my dad's presence. I need to know that he is out there up in heaven and that he is okay. I miss you, Daddy. I miss you so much, and I love you more than you will ever or did ever know. So I wrote that on there, and I folded it up just like that, and I put it in the box because it's like this size. And then another one, because my house is in a bit of chaos. I think it might have something about that, or maybe it doesn't. I don't remember. No, this is about the fame and fortune. It is my dream to be somebody someday soon, to be a successful and highly monetized YouTuber. My first dollar, I'll be more than excited, right? I work hard every day to do my best to try to make this happen. When, underlined, it does, not if, I will allow this goodness into my life. Just putting it out there in the universe, guys. Just putting it out there in the universe. And then this one has multiple things on it. I want my home to be neat, clean, and organized again, and for it to stay that way. My house isn't dirty. It is under lots of boxes and things that I'm trying to sort through, and this goes to charity, this goes to the garbage, this needs to go to the storage unit, this needs to go here somewhere and be organized. And I'm having a tough time with that because my house was so, you know, neat and organized, and everything had a place, and everything was in its own, you know, place where it belonged, and I don't like it when it's like this. So I'm working on it every single day that I'm well enough to do it, which is, you know, is often at least a few days a week. Okay, just put that, you know, so you know. I want to be happy and to feel and be in control of my life, which goes to the chaos and the mess, and then I feel out of control. Okay, I want to be safe. I want to be happy. I want to be strong, which I am not. I want to be successful, putting that out there again, it was worth repeating. I want to be creative. I want to be artistic. I don't do enough of my, you know, DIYs or my art or my doodling. I just don't get enough time to do enough of it. I have so many things here that I've made videos on that you guys haven't seen because I don't want to just put the box up if I don't have to without doing the DIY thing to put at the end, at least, even if I don't show you step by step, because if I do, it'll possibly take too long. If I could just show you the finished thing, you know? Yeah. Not getting enough of that done. I want to have happy, healthy kitties that live 20 plus years. Now, I want my dogs to live that long too, but they've nearly lived that long already, and their health is failing quick. So, as much as I want to say that, I know that it's not realistic to say I want them to live another 20 years. But my youngest kitten's just like 4 months old, and the oldest is 2 years old. So it's a little more realistic. And I want my family to be happy and healthy too. Also, you know. But those are just the beginning. That's just the beginning. There's lots of room in this box for other things that I want or need. And there it is. I think that is pretty much that. If I forgot something, I really apologize. There's other things, obviously, in the boxes. There's, you know, but some of it needs to be, you know, a little more private. And I need to hang up this beautiful, very fragile wind chime that's tangling. anyways, it's all this really thin, it's just like it's like shell, like, anyways, I'm going to hang it in here. I'm not hanging it outside because I do not want it broken or bothered or, you know, in the weather. I want it in here in this room, but I need to get a hook to hang it from the ceiling because it is so fragile. I want to make sure it's up high enough and away from any bookshelves or anything because I don't want the cats to be able to get it. They already get my other things that are in here, including this one, which is a little more, you know, sturdy. So it's in here in this plastic bin that I'm putting all my things in. So they're all together, because even though things came with a certain box, I don't think that it has to be the only time you get out that item and use it. And obviously this is done and needs to go in here and keep it safe from the kitty cats because they're pulling my little pom-poms apart and I'm finding bits of yarn everywhere. And another notebook to write some notes in. And that, guys, is the Emotional Wellness Until box 5. And I can't wait to get my hands on it. I'm sure I have to wait, but I can't wait, but I have to. So anyways, please let me know what you think. And, you know, whatever your thoughts are, good or bad, let me know. And I'll see you again soon in another video, in a minute, actually. Bye, guys.